Today I will be sharing something that has been a lesson for me over the last 25 years. There has been a lot of discussions, books written about leadership. There is something very little that has been discussed about followership. Well, I'll say we hardly have books on followership. And without followership, there cannot be effective leadership. And today, I'll be showing us just 4 major things that I've learned over the years. Just before I go into these 4 things, watch out for one of my talk titled When You Serve King Saul. So today I'll be talking about 4 things mainly as a follower. Number 1, you must never try to outshine your master. The master could be the CEO of a company, it could be the pastor of a church, it could even be your team leader in the IT industry, it could be anywhere. Anywhere you find yourself, you got a leader. Don't try to outsmart or outshine your leader. It is not out of place for you to know more than your leader. It is not out of place for you to understand the system more than your leader, but it becomes rebellious when you want to show that your leader is weak and that you are better. Understand that a time will come to you will also be a leader. Over the years, I've realized that it's easier for us as followers to see flaws like our leaders will do, because there's so much that is expected of them. And you must also understand that no matter what you know and see, you can't see as wide as your leader. It's just like a relationship between the area combatants and soldiers who are called infantry on the floor. So the soldier on the floor can't see as wide as those who are in the aircraft. But the soldiers who are on the floor can see details of a little space. But your leader may not see the details, but can see broader and wider. So just before you show the whole world that you are better than your master, you need to first prove that you can see as wide as your leader can see. Number 2 thing I also want to share with us is that you must always ensure that your actions consistently matches with your true intentions. Over the years, I've lived with people have lived with me. I think I have someone one time who lived with me, and this person was like, anytime something happens, I hear, God sees my heart, God sees my heart. No, she was single then. I said, look, I am not God, I am human. Humans are designed to consider actions, to check on intentions. That's who we are. So if what is in your heart is not in tandem with your action, then you have failed yourself, and then you have miscommunicated your intention to your leader. So what am I trying to say in essence is that let your action consistently depict what you actually want to do. Don't do something else and then tell your leader that is not what I meant. There is a saying that action speaks louder than voice. In other words, your leader cannot see your heart, but your leader can see your act. That must be noted. Now, number 3 thing I also want to share with us today is that never try to sell your leader out when it is now obvious that the entire team is in a mess. One of the biggest problems we have in this generation is that we are too quick to tell someone else that if I were the one leading, I would have made a better decision. In leadership, there is nothing like right or wrong decision, although the outcomes can become right or wrong. No leader will intentionally make a decision knowing fully well that it's going to end badly. So that means that conviction itself is not a proof of knowledge. That you are convinced about a matter doesn't mean you are knowledgeable about it. And in leadership, this is a serious matter. So before a leader takes a decision, he has weighed it. He has sleepless nights. He has thought of it. He has asked questions. And then he comes to you as a team. He says, we are going this way. But to you, you thought that was frivolous. He has spent the last 14 days figuring out what to do on that matter. And then because it didn't go the way the team expected or the way you expected, and then you thought you have the right to come out and say, if this is what we're supposed to have done. You knew that was what you were supposed to have done because you have already seen one of the ways that will not work. Be careful when you follow people. Leadership is a burden. Those who carry it can tell you that it wears them out. But because they must make decisions and they just have to sit down. So what you can do is to give your leaders the right hand of fellowship. And the last thing I want to talk about, which is number 4, is that always ask for wisdom to relate with your leaders. Especially those of us that our leaders love us so much. You will see their vulnerability. They've brought you closer to them. You've seen their flaws. You've seen their weaknesses. If care is not taken, if you are not acting out of the knowledge and understanding that you are supposed to be there for your leader, before you know it, you begin to act otherwise. And your action will begin to show that you detest the things you have seen. For instance, You went to your leader's house. He said, oh, let's come and eat together. And as two of you were eating, he was chewing and the food was splattering out, spitting on your body. You have to understand that though you are eating on the same plate, you should have enough sense to know that you are still seated before your leader. Because the fact that they are vulnerable does not mean they are not powerful. A CEO may not know as much as the deputy or the accountant, but that CEO has a pen in his hand. A stroke of it can stop the bill paying in the life and the family of that accountant. A stroke of pen can stop the accountant from earning salary for the next 24 months. So understand that leaders are human beings. And I also want to round it off by saying that it is expected in stewardship that a man be found faithful. Another word for that faithfulness is loyalty. And loyalty, I would say, is divided into two according to the concept and what I've experienced over time. There is first the loyalty to the system, and then the loyalty to that leader that you serve. Now, people follow leaders blindly, not looking at the vision. For instance, if the company says we are counting from 1 to 10, and your leader stopped at 2, he started counting A to B, and then you still follow that leader, that is not loyalty, that is sycophancy, because you are not helping the leader to achieve the purpose of the organization. But if your leader is aligned with the organization and is following 1 to 10, then because your loyalty is forced to the institution, which engenders the leadership that that person has over you, then it will be easier for you to assist that leader even in his own personal life. So understand that loyalty is key, first to the vision and then to the individual. And finally, for those of us who have read the Bible and who are Christians, Paul the Apostle said, follow me as I follow Christ. My name is Toyi Akingbola. God bless you.